hey, I'm into kinky stuff, right? So, what's wrong with me leaving some kinky videos behind for when I die? For my fans, because they're just gonna be like, this guy died. He lived. He made a couple of movies. He made a few albums, and you know, surely it's fine for him to do some kinky stuff for us. The fan, right? Right? I mean, if Pat would have left some stuff like that, surely the world would be going totally crazy over him by now, innit? Well, so I figure if God's given me this, and they pre-planned it from when, because one Pat was alive, and I was only 13, and I didn't even know his name, and I used to walk out my house, and I tell you, the God on His truth, now what I know about Tupac, all of a sudden a spirit would come over me, and you could check the dates of how old he was, how old I was then. 13, I was 20 years ago. Pac's been dead for 20 years, 16 years. 20 take away 6 is 14. So I was 13, 14, and he was, let me see, 21, 22 when he was making Poetic Justice with the Bandoleros and that. And I used to walk out my house with the shirts on that he used to wear, feeling just like him. Having all these girls chase me because they could sense a beautiful vibe on me. And I'd put the bandolero on the same way and walk around on road like that. So what was all that about? Someone tell me. And even my sister used to follow me out, and like there was something on me, like, and I would just, all I could see was just Tupac Shakur. But I didn't know who his name was. But in my spirit, I knew exactly who I was. Like his twin or something, his kid, or his something to do with this spirit that I was walking with. And so that's strange, isn't it? And then when I was 17, I was in my gangster friend's car, heroin dealer. I Ain't Mad At You come on, and all of a sudden, that was the first music I ever heard out of all the music I ever made that touched my soul. My actual soul woke up, and I was like, who's this? And my angel guide said to me at that moment, you won't be hearing this again until you're a bit later in life, because they said to me instantly in flash, because they said, that's it, you won't hear it again because you will change your whole life, and you won't get to live the journey, go through the journey you're meant to go through, to give the story for what, for now. And then I heard him years later, and way after his death. But even when he died, I saw a vision of him outside of a church with the bells going ding, 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 someone holding his dead body. So there must have been someone he was very close to in life that he trusted with his life, and that's who was holding it when he was wearing I actually got a top that got given to me, I found it, and it was the top he was wearing in that thing, and it was like it's a football top, like the red one when he was spitting on the cameras, it's like that but white and red. Anyway, that was pretty surreal experience to visualize that. So yeah, our journey's quite spectacular. That's why I got these rings, and I wear these red bands and these sort of things, because this one's River Phoenix and Tupac Shakur simultaneously, and Arvinder and Jesus, but mainly River Phoenix and Tupac, and Jesus obviously, and Arvinder, and God, and Aaliyah and Kelly Wedmore and Lisa Lopez and lots of other fallen soldiers, who got killed. Secret police exist, and they go for the ones they don't want on earth. Soon as the squatters started doing positive things with the galleries, with the squats that they took over, like opening the art galleries, sharing, giving it to the homeless people, opening up charity shops, which is a business, and could have made a lot of money if they wanted to. That's it, the police come rushing and close it down. And the government said, we're going to close all squats down now. So they don't want no one doing nothing constructive, As soon as I started writing, recording, and getting heavy with Machiavelli, police bust into my door in the morning because the neighbours lied to them and said he's playing his music loud when I wasn't. Took all my stereo equipment, all my speakers, everything, my DVD player, my TV, and they didn't even tell me they was coming or leave a note or anything, just took it and rushed out. So I got home and I thought it was a burglary. But I knew in my heart it's something to do with Pat and me and the demons, because back then that's when the devils really come inside me, and every night outside my house while I was spiritually battling with them, there'd be a thunderstorm just above my fucking window, like 10 meters up, that way, and it would just be roaring all through the night as I hit God's level. And one time I closed my eyes, and these Jehovah's eyes opened in my eyes, my third eye, both of them like that. They were blue, they were brown, they were dark, retina, you could see it all, perfect. And he just jumped like a little baby to me and said, "Hi, my name's Jehovah." Prettiest spirit I've ever seen in my whole entire life on earth. And it just flew me around the universe in a spacecraft. So I've done some pretty miraculous things. I can honestly like say that. Drowned me, yo. Demons are drowning me in their sickness, but I'm losing a lot of excess fat in me and my cells. Because, you know, I'm 33 and I was always a very skinny child anyway, a skinny boy, like, you know, very firm and that. But then, like, about after, you know, I started the Facebook stuff, I started going to this cafe that for the homeless, and I used to enjoy it. There's going to be loads of people there. And I started eating loads of cakes for about a month in a row. That's where this little belly came up. But Pac's working me seriously now, you know. In the mornings I'm up, I walk everywhere. I drink loads of hot water. I think that's killing a lot of the antibodies in me that don't need to be in my body. So I'm really developing a form now that is actually starting to shine and glow really light and feel really light featherweight style. And strength is increasing maximum fold. Like wherever I go, people that used to once, like, you know, tough up around me, now they do the same. But when they sense what I got, they sense my vibe in me towards it, which is defense. They soon back off, because I think if you're pure and you're really innocent, no man can harm you. I believe that, you know, and they'll sense it on you, and they won't even try to harm you, as if you're a fool. They'll pick up on it, and if you try, you know, they'll mess back. And if it's coming to you, it's gonna happen. And if you're due it, it's gonna be due. So karma, you can't beat karma. Like the person who stole my birthday present my mama bought me, which was like £500 River Island jacket, brand new, tag still on it. They're gonna pay the penalty for that, you know. And if it was my neighbour, goodwill. I don't hate no one, because at the moment my meditation's all got to do with being gentle. Even on the pedophile that raped me as a kid, you know, I'm praying that I want to be gentle around them, around what I look at, how I look at them, what I pray on them. I don't want to pray nothing bad on no one, because it'll just put me in their sick zone. I don't want to be near their sick zone. So if it means I got to forgive and move on, then I will, just to not be near that sort of zone in my thought process. To be away from it and be in freedom, near the waters, you know, the sea, the 7 seas. I want to flow free like that, like the air and the prana air, 2 oxygens, you know, the spiritual oxygen for our soul and spirit, and the physical oxygen for our body. But I haven't breathed properly for 2 years now, because of the telepathic thing I've opened up. I've invited a lot of negative spirit. So they're in my throat and my mind all day and night, so I can't breathe. And I don't really breathe at all anymore, as you might notice in a lot of my videos, the way I talk. Right, you know, it's really like it's crumbling voice, like I'm about to die or something. I think Pac sort of using controlling me like a toy. But I said to God a long time ago, I want you to be in control of me like I'm a toy. If you can somehow manage it, you know, if you could swing it, do it. And he did it, and he sent me my personal guide. Tupac Shakur, River Phoenix, Arvinder, there's many of them. All they John Candy come through earlier and gave me a lot of love. Sensed it to the T. Telepathically, people was picking up on it. They know who they are. You know what I mean? Because I have always been into the fame world since I was a little boy. I mean, I may have as well have watched everything that was ever made. From Sesame Street to Richard and Judy to Philip Schofield and Fern. And Holly Willoughby and Fern Cotton and Fern Britton and their careers, and Andy Peters and Dick and Dom and Nick from Biker Grove to the songs they first come out with. Let's Get Ready to Rumble, Hulk Hogan to Van Damme, Universal Soldier to Dolph Lundgren, to Dolph Lundgren's workout videos, which was Chris. His body was amazing and that fantastic. So fucking horny. I would sit on that dick all day and night. Even now. I haven't fucking had a good ride for ages, man. But I'm married to Tupac now, so really I'm not searching for that. Although, sometimes I think I could do with it. And now that the problems are going away, I think I'm getting close to basically my desire, which is to have anything in life that I truly want and truly will to myself. I'm not falling for no regime or programs they put out there about willing things to yourself. That's all bullshit. You got to kill yourself mentally in your wants and everything to get to your needs, and then you got to follow the regime, even if you're broke. And then after years of proving it, some people it might take a week to prove it to themselves and the universe. Others it might take years, like myself. But my task, what I chose to do, was a lot to reach Tupac's standard and level of writing and acting and interviewing and talking. Took me many years, took time to build this body and this mind, So Pac raised the hellraiser. Now the stress is getting major. Lord be my savior. That's the 3 sentences that I'm praying right now, and I feel it. So Pac raised me good, and my videos are getting well. There's not no longer like just 2-minute, 3-minute videos of meaningful talk. It's now like 10, 11 minutes of pure meaningful conversation with like classy body language and classy outfits and classy eye contact. And really, it's turning me into a gem for you guys. So I'm like your family. You're my mothers and my fathers and my sisters and my daughters, and I'm your brother and your sister and your mother and your husband and your wife. All my fans. That's what I am for you. So what's mine is yours. If you need money, after I die, I'm going to set up a charity. As long as it's meant, you just write to the charity and we'll help you. If you're disabled and I want us, I want a chance to live and breathe. But I got a feeling I'm going to be killed soon, because I'm quite fast with it, and I'm very real right now, and I'm actually at a place where a lot of the people were that before they got killed, for raising awareness, and my awareness is being raised to higher status, so I might not get a chance to ever make a movie and star with that alongside Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston and my heroes like Nicolas Cage and Al Pacino and Robert De Niro and Vince Vaughn, and I may never get interviewed by Ben Shepherd and T4 presenters and T4 in America and all the American radio hosts and David Letterman and John and Jay Leno and all that. I may never get to sit kick back like Pac did, drink a little bit of that shit, watch Jay Leno turn the lights out, and I may never get to do that. So I might be dead before I even get to see a penny, and even if someone did pick up on me and like me, it's all on YouTube. So how could I make money? Because it's on the free channel, right? So I might not ever be able to give my mum a house. So pretty upset really. So I do need to actually make it in the fame world now, so I can get some money under my wing physically, because I don't need it. I can do this job for free. I'm happy acting, making movies for free, but my mum, I need to get her a house, enough money for the kids, which is my brothers, sisters and their kids, and that's it. The rest is history. As long as my footage is out there, I don't care for money. I've survived this far, thus far broke. I get £90 a fortnight from the government to survive, and I don't even like it. I could have blagged them many years ago and got a disability check and got myself, like a lot of them, my friends, they get £175 a week and they get an extra £400 top up every month. That's £275 a week, and their rent gets paid for them, and they're not even ill. or they do have some issues, and on top of that they get 28 temazepam, 28 Valium a week, which is costs 60 quid on the street to buy, and then they get 80 mils of methadone, which is £8 on top of that. So they're getting £70 a week on top of that from doctors, and they sell their medication. Do you know what I mean? Sorry for telling you boys, but I want the world to know. I didn't mean to let that one out there. Sorry, forgive me, please. Please. Don't be mad at me, friends. And but I always chose not to take the disability check because I want to be a man. So I always survived the minimum money, like. And I heard one politician once, I think it was Gordon Brown. He said, "I don't mind you being on income support, as long as you're using it wisely. You're getting up and you're doing what you can to get through your day." And I was on income support because that's what I deserved. Because from like prisons to being raped to children's homes, and I needed that assistance. But I held down a 20-hour job a day, where I was studying to do what I'm doing now in front of y'all. This didn't come by magic, me being magic on screen, my personality attracting like a magnet all you people that's listening to this video. It didn't just happen like that. It took all them years of all that training and yoga and meditation and press-ups and going to jail and going through the system, being forced to get fucking strip search in police stations day after day just because I had a pretty looking body, and this white man were like that, innit? Everyone knows that fucking the British Empire, when they went in there, they was bumming little boys. I mean, if you don't fucking know that by now, you're fucking stupider than we thought. A lot of politicians get done for checking rent, boys. And they should be married at home with a wife, and they're going around fucking kids that could be their grandchildren, And I've heard people live on telly saying, "Oh, this lady had a bum as cute as a 13-year-old boy's bottom." And I was like, huh? Like, this is a BBC show, like with Johnny Vaughan and people like that, sat in the panel show, and you're saying that, and they're all laughing. Don't make sense. What a society we got, huh? No one takes you seriously. I mean, all them people in London that go there and work, and all the famous people that land on the plane from America to do their shows. No doubt they're driving past houses and kids that's being buggered by their dads. Not one of them performers is raising awareness of sexual abuse that's going on in our country, your country, their country, that country, this city, my city, your city, and this house and that street and everywhere. It's funny to me, so I guess I'm here to do a special job. And I was always told by God I'm an ambassador to this world from the alien realm. See the way my eyes change? Not many people can do that, There's only a few of us that's ever turned up. Like Pac, every time you saw him, his inner spirit looked different. Like there's a different man in him every time. But Pac's soul was in him every day. So different people was arriving from the different realms to speak on a regular basis. Because his eyes always look different. In every photo, look at his eyes. There was one photo, he looked like a little 12-year-old pretty little white kid with his eyes. So, it could have been a white child from the angel realm, because that's happened to me often, where I'd be sat in my house and you know what I mean? So it's really cool, so yeah, I guess I'm really, really, really blessed to be in my situation and to be putting this out to you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this particular video. There's a lot of important stuff in there. Meet my little girl. At the moment, they're falling in love with my hats. So aliens work through them. Aliens can work through anything, because think about it. If God made matter, physical matter, and he's a spirit, so he can come through this and have you ever been walking on the road and the wind's blown something and you're like, wow, that's strange, the way it just blew in this direction? Or as a terrible example, but the reason why I said it was because when my telepathic gifts really opened up and my clairvoyancy, one time I was stood by the wind and I was controlling the wind, and this kid was sat in a car, and I was by Morrison's. If I ever get a chance to die and really become famous, I hope he comes forward to tell you. This bottle was on the floor, and I was going like this with my finger. And I was just going, it was flying that way. I was going, and it was just flying wherever my finger was pointing. It was going, and the boy was just like, and then, you know, my telepathic gifts first opened up. I was attracting some very pretty women and their kids, and miles away they would sense it. And also this dog went past me earlier, and this girl with her pram, and the demon sort of come through my eyes, and the girl sensed it. We was riding the pram, because the dog was walking up to me. His tongue was like so happy to see me, because he could sense his creator in me, the master, the universe. When he got close, the devil come through me, and the dog went. It looked in that part of my eye and said, "Yes, my master." And then it looked at the rest of me, and it went, and it went right around me, and there was nothing there. It was just me. He went around the spirit, because the spirit is in me like here. So like sometimes I feel them hanging out on me, like big spirits like that, negative ones. All day they've been in my mind, connecting to negative humans and really putting me through the strain. But I think what God's doing is allowing paedophile spirits to go through me, to wake. My brain's awake to the maximum capacity, as you can see from my eyes, but he's forcing all the negative killing spirits, the dangerous spirits, dirty spirits, pervert spirits, lying spirits, cheating spirits, greedy spirits, to really, really forcefully go through me. So my brain can fight it, because my brain died from all them years of drug abuse and sex and that. Serotonin lacking, endorphin can't work, no serotonin. So he's forcing all these spirits to go for me while I'm not having sex for 4 years. It's waking in every part of my cell being, and you know, having all these spirits go through me, and where I'm not into nothing negative, all I'm into is really Jesus and Pac and angels. So they're all going through me, and my brain's fighting to full capacity to awaken the spirit and the soul, and it's working. But today they've really been pushed into me. I think the closer I'm getting to becoming famous, really becoming famous through song, singing and rapping, you know, they're forcing it in me close now, because they want me to be the perfect spokesman, because it's time now for the next pack to turn up, and no one's doing the job. So I waited for years for someone to turn up. I even prayed, and I gave energy to every rapper that turned up, to Eminem, you know, 50, Kanye, Asher D, you know, I sent them all my energy as they was doing their thing, and I know that I sort of had a great impact on them, because after all, life is energy, and as creative as I am, and I was then, in my secrecy, back then I used to give it all to them, telepathically, because I followed everyone's career. Even Lisa Mafia, when I started following her, when I was very quiet, she blew up, and everyone was like loving her. Then I broke away from her, and she disappeared. Asher D did the same. I disappeared, he disappeared. I came back for him, he came back for you. 50 Cent, same thing, you know, crazy like. But when I ain't heard 50 for a while, I sent him vibes. Think about him, and then bang, all of a sudden he'll come back with a song, and then my vibes will disappear. Like God is sort of saying, we're not gonna let you take the piss, you people out there, with the vibes that this my son sends you, because you just use it for your money and that's it. So, you know, I'm really, really lucky to be in the position I am, to be able to like really manipulate someone just by being in this room. I can actually manipulate you to be successful, you know. So I think I was used all my life by the devil in that sense. But at the same time, you know, God is very cunning, just as cunning as the devil, but in his own way, for his own means, just like the devil is. So God let him do that, so I can become really trained, and also hurt through being, you know, abused for my gifts telepathically and my mediumship. A lot of people got a lot of information off me the last couple of years. I saw them make a lot of money off me, and I think God allowed that to happen for me to go through the pain and the insanity of it all. Friends abusing you for your ability, and they can't even do what I can do, but yet because they could play the markets, they did it, and they didn't come back and give me nothing. They saw I needed a computer, they wouldn't get it to me, because they had a feeling I would blow up and really start taking the piss out of what they took from me. Really like karma would pay them back, and they left me for dead for long. And that's it really. And when I got killed by that guy with the hammer, the police just sort of laughed at me, you know, and said, I wish you were dead. And I went to the hospital, they wouldn't even look at me. My head was splattered open 8 times, got hit with a hammer, knee hanging off. There was all these healthy old people, and it was like, you got to wait for all these to be seen. That could take all day, like, and I was like, huh? You know what I mean? Emergency case like that, going into hospital, and they won't even see me. So I walked out, dragged myself 8 mile home, crawling on the floor, blood leaking everywhere. Police was going the same way as me, they wouldn't even give me a lift. He said, I wish you dead. And I said to that guy, did you hear that? The police officer didn't say that. And he goes, he looked at me though, like I said, I totally heard that, but I can't say nothing, because, you know, he was too scared to. This was a proper racist officer, you know. So I've also gone through like what Pax went through with the racist officers and that. Being sexually abused by 4 officers in Trinity Road Police Station when I was 17. You know, I was a very kinky looking child, you know. I can't deny it. Like, I'm sorry to use those words, but I was kinky looking. And they 4 of them took me in that little room, closed the lights, put the torch on, stuck it at my bottom, and said, we're looking for drugs, because they knew I was very naive and very childlike in my way. So, you know, they took advantage of that. And crying when I was signing my name at the desk afterwards. They knew they did wrong. They knew that was a rape. But, you know, as I've spoken in this video, I haven't breathed once, because the spirits are so deep in me. I'm going to leave it there and just go have a shower. Feel dirty. Feel very dirty. Thinking about my uncle, you know, quite a lot at the moment. Not thinking about it, it's like what he did to me as a kid. You know, when you rape someone as much as I got raped, he used to spit in my mouth and put his feet in my mouth and Uncle Akbar, like, with my dad and that, together, and make me suck his feet and that. And sit on my face, and he fucking ugly looking thing, man. So it makes me feel really ill. I'm going. Bye.